Julie and Randy, testimony ended this afternoon with the BCA's lead investigator of this case on the witness stand. Special Agent Chris Olson testified that there was what he called a conspicuous absence of information when he arrived to the scene. But one bit of information he said that he was given from Minneapolis Sergeant Shannon Barnett was that Justine Rouszczyk-Damon slapped the squad car. Now, this directly contradicts what Sergeant Barnett testified last week. Earlier, the prosecution talked about other aspects of the BCA's investigation. Calling to the witness stand BCA agents who investigated the officer-involved shooting, prosecutors tried to highlight what they believe were shortcomings. About the squad car from which Mohamed Noor fired his gun, one agent testified he and all the investigators agreed they were done with it. Minneapolis police then washed it and started using it again before prosecutor Amy Sweezy requested the BCA do some more tests on it. Defense attorney Thomas Plunkett joined that criticism, asking Special Agent Doug Henning, is it common to let a piece of evidence into the community for a month and a half? Sweezy also questioned Henning about his interview of Noor's partner Matthew Harity 3 days after the shooting. It took place at the home of Harity's attorney Fred Bruno at the dining room table. Sweezy pointed out that every other interview like that takes place at BCA headquarters. Were you offered anything to eat and drink? Sweezy asked. Henning answered, coffee and a donut. And what the prosecution continues to try to show the jury with this type of testimony is that this shooting was handled differently than other shootings. It was handled differently than other officer-involved shootings as well. And also late this afternoon, testimony from Special Agent Chris Olson revealed that the BCA was not completely truthful when they applied for a search warrant to get into Justine Rouszczyk-Damon's home the night of the shooting. I'll go more into that coming up at 6. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Lou. We'll see you then. And you can continue to follow us on air and on our KARE 11 social media pages to get the latest from Lou in the courtroom.